I have experienced alignment, and I'd like to make sure that's what I'm experiencing. I feel presence.
Oh, that's heartburn.
No. No. I don't think so. I feel a presence in my chest, right up here, when things are going really well, I guess you'd say. And I wanted, for one thing, to make sure that was what I was feeling.
Well, the nice thing is that you get to choose your communicative signals with your source. So when you start noticing a manifestation that is actually something that you can feel, and you're able to associate it with thoughts that match this, then of course that's what it is.
Okay. I had a month in November that was amazing. I felt my connection a lot. And then the contrast came. And
well, if you have an amazing month, now let's just talk about this. Ooh, you're really going to like this. So let's say that you've lived contrast and you've parlayed yourself into a really nice vortex and you've found alignment with it. And so now the nice month that you're talking about was manifestation, wasn't it? In other words, you weren't talking about how you felt during that month. You're talking about the further manifestations of that vibration. So can you see how, as manifestations are occurring, you're still putting more into the vortex? In other words, it's like contrast causes you to launch a rocket. You're not up to speed with it, but source gathers the cooperative components. You come into alignment. Now you're in alignment. Manifestations happen. And along with those manifestations comes a new perspective with a new set of contrast with which to launch more rockets. And so we say to you that your vortex is full enough to keep you busy for 20 or 30 lifetimes. But once you become deliberate as you are putting new refinement, like amendments to your intentions all day, every day. The universe is so responsive to you at this stage of your creative understanding that sometimes you just need a little life, not to produce the vibrational reality, but to awaken your awareness of it. Did you feel the difference in that? We'll start again. It's like step 1 is ask, step 2 is source answers, and step 3 is you got to get in the receptive mode. So that means that all of your goals have already been achieved. That means that all of your hopes and dreams have already been vibrationally satisfied. Well, then you say, all right, Abraham, we'll play your silly game, but how do I get the money out of the vortex and into the bank? How does that become this? How does the thought turn to a tangible thing or experience? The reason that contrast sometimes is so valuable to you is because it causes you to focus on the aspects of your life that are more important to you, which can put you in more of a receptive mode of receiving. I'll say it in another way. So it's already in the vortex, but you've sort of become complacent about that. And so you get in this good feeling place and some stuff manifests. This is all really good. But then it doesn't keep manifesting because your attention is not as consistently in the place of alignment as it was. In other words, here's the best way to say it. No matter how you go about it, the manifestations of your life, we love this so much, the manifestations of your experience, the manifestations meaning the conditional awareness of your experience will every time distract you from the vibrational components. It just happens because you get twirled up in the, look at this. And every time you get really more focused upon what's happening in terms of the actualization or the manifestation, without meaning to, you begin to define more contrast just because it's the name of the game. Did you hear that? And so both are necessary. You can't just stay over here in this feeling mode without things manifesting. And every time things do manifest, it brings the contrast with it. We're talking about step 5. It's just a natural consequence of turning thoughts to things, isn't it? So let's say it again. Are you with us so far? You think you're getting this? So we'll say it in an even clearer way. So here you are, tuned in, tapped in, turned on, in the receptive mode. So a whole bunch of stuff that you put in your vortex is now manifesting. Lovely, 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 looky, 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 happy, 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 happy. Something's missing. Contrast that is now redefining and amending your vortex for future energy. In other words, it's like the eternal flame. It's like the replenishing of the well. The very contrast that you think you don't want, it's the engine of the whole thing. What about that? So everything that we all have been talking about through these years is about getting your priorities straight, so to speak. It's about recognizing that contrast is a necessary thing, but not getting so preoccupied with step 1 that you miss out on all the deliciousness of step 3, but not getting so out of manifested reality with the emotion and the unconditionalness of alignment that you don't get the benefit of the nitty-gritty of the contrast. You see what we're talking about? Aren't you starting to kind of like step 5? Say yes.
Of course. At the end of that contrast was so drastic that
that contrast was so
clarifying.
We were going to say so productive. That contrast was so juicily productive of details that weren't there before. That contrast was so conducive to motion forward that
I took a dive.
Because the manifestations got your attention. That's what we were just saying to you. In other words, you cannot stay unless you are non-physically focused like we are, and that's not who you are, that's not where you are, that's not what you're about. But you cannot stay only in the unconditional vibrational emotional state, because in this time-space reality, that state of being will produce results. Now, when you focus upon the results, that's when you want to become the best selective sifter that you can be.
And I didn't do that.
And the reason for that is because you want to feel good. Right. You want to feel good.
I didn't do that. I stopped doing the focus wheels. I stopped doing the scripting.
But not for long, because when it starts not feeling good, you can feel it, and then you get reoriented. What we're really talking about here is, to what degree of discomfort are you willing to endure? And we want the answer to that question to be hardly any. But some of you say, I'm tough. I can endure a lot because I like to produce a whole lot of new stuff in my vortex. I like to pull my rubber band back, 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 back. Ouch, 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 ouch. Woo! And we say, if we were you, we're going, bing, 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 bing.
Well, I'm getting back into it. I'm going to drive forth with
Well, here's the thing. You know too much to ever not be in it. Mm-hmm. Oh, we should have put that on the disclaimer. Once I learned this, I can never go back from knowing it. Because once my inner being knows I remember, they will be relentless at showing me the path to happiness. Enough?
Yes.
This is a really good time for a segment of lunch.